Hello, dear viewers, it's Mira again. Today, I'm doing this special exclusive segment especially for you, and all because our television was literally bombarded with a huge number of enthusiastic messages and requests from you, my subscribers, with the same insistent question. Mira, we beg, please show us how it really is. One ordinary morning passes by the most stylish, most famous, and most mysterious demon hunter in the whole world. Well, okay, why not? I don't mind at all, but I immediately have to warn you. Forget about all these boring, hackneyed advice about, I get up at exactly 5 in the morning, drink exclusively warm water with lemon. This is absolutely, categorically, and 100% not about me, never was, and never will be. After all, I professionally hunt the most dangerous demons every day, and this serious occupation means that I have every right to afford myself the real luxury of waking up exclusively in my own unique and unlike rhythm. Of course, my many smart lamps are the very first to wake up. Yes, you definitely heard right. They were all specially set up by the best craftsmen in such a way as to simulate as gently, gradually, and incredibly realistically as possible the most real, majestic dawn over the boundless, endless ocean. Do you still use ordinary, boring lights? Seriously? This is for the most ordinary mortals, for ordinary people. I have a completely different, higher level of comfort. My home, where absolutely every detail, every little thing is made, thought out, and tuned exclusively for me. These are the smartest lamps, perfectly matched surround sound music, and even the air itself, filled with specially selected luxurious smells. I slowly, lazily open my eyes, stretch sweetly, like a cat, and immediately, slowly, head to my huge, spacious, morning-lit terrace. The sun is just beginning to rise from the horizon at this time, and in these magical minutes, my entire huge, well-kept yard literally shines and shimmers. A huge, crystal-clear pool perfectly reflects the bottomless sky like a mirror, and my magnificent garden is so immaculately and perfectly maintained as if it were a line to the most precise, a jewelry line. Sometimes it even begins to seem to me that my immaculate velvety lawn is mowed much more evenly, neater and more perfectly than the most well-groomed and flawless eyebrows of all popular TikTokers combined. I take a deep, pleasurable breath with a full chest. The intoxicating scent of fresh roses and the intoxicating smell of freshly cut, juicy grass are already floating in the clean morning air. But to be completely honest with you, at this very moment I am just gracefully and delightfully posing for my many imaginary cameras and reporters. The next essential and fundamentally important step of my morning is a thorough, thoughtful, and truly luxurious self-care. Here, I prefer to do absolutely everything to the maximum and use only the best elite products. Multi-stage, almost ritual washing with special crystal clear water, which is supposedly brought to me straight from the very heart of an untouched alpine mountain spring, or at least that's what. It says very loudly and seductively on this stylish, minimalistic packaging. The main thing is to make it sound beautiful, expensive, and convincing, right? Then there is a mandatory soothing procedure with a cooling jade roller, a gentle sliding movement of a smooth gouache scraper, intensive self-massage of the face using a complex Japanese massage technique. After all, if for some reason I'm not killing real hellish demons today, then I must at least fight these annoying ones very effectively and victoriously. Mood-spoiling morning swelling and signs of fatigue. And of course, the real culmination and apogee of this whole morning ritual is the application of my most beloved, priceless, and incredibly effective cream, for an astronomical $1,000. Without this truly magical divine elixir, I begin to feel completely unarmed, vulnerable, and completely unprepared in the face of this cruel and unpredictable world. All the demons from ancient dusty legends, of course, are traditionally afraid of consecrated holy water, and I am much more afraid and panic, stricken of the banal but terrifying feeling of tight, dehydrated, and flaky skin. And on top of everything, I apply a reliable, invisible protective layer of my sunscreen with a maximum protection factor of SPF 50. Because our luminary can be more merciless, insidious, and dangerous than any other mythical creature that crawled out of the depths of the pitch darkness of the abyss. Immediately after that, I open my elegant leather gratitude diary with a sense of deep accomplishment and a slight sense of peace. I bring out something incredibly deep, philosophical, and soulful there, like, thank you so much, the universe, for my personal, always punctual driver who is never late, for these new, luxurious designer shoes from Gucci that fit perfectly on your foot and fit any bag. And a separate, special thanks for the fact that my incredible boyfriend from the legendary Invincible Demon Hunters team has such incredibly sharp, expressive, and perfectly defined cheekbones that they seem to be able to literally cut the dense, all-consuming darkness in two, like a sharp blade. Then I spend the obligatory meditatory, healing 3 minutes of mindful meditation in complete, profound silence. And to be completely honest, followed by an additional stealthy 5 minutes of mindlessly and relaxed scrolling through a bright, endless feed on TikTok, laughing at memes with cats. After all, there is nowhere without this little pleasure. An indestructible, fragile balance must be maintained in absolutely everything, even in the perfect combination of sublime spiritual and mundane digital. And now comes the very moment when she floats into my bedroom, my inimitable stylist. She can be compared to a real fairy godmother who appeared straight out of a fairy tale, with the only difference being that instead of a crystal magic wand, a huge, weighty suitcase full of designer cosmetics and luxurious, flowing couture dresses sparkles with a makeup brush in her elegant hands. Today, like a real sorceress, she created for me incomparable, perfectly styled curls that shimmer in the light, brought out a flawless eyeliner arrow that is sharper than the blade of a honed katana, and easily assembled this audacious, insanely sexy image in the style of I, without a doubt, can exorcise any demon. But first, I'll definitely order the most delicious dessert in town. She knows all my habits, preferences, and moods so deeply and intimately that I don't even have the slightest desire to argue or comment on anything. I just sink into a comfortable chair with pleasure, close my eyes, and completely surrender to this magical, almost meditative process of divine transformation. And now comes the climax. My most cherished and long-awaited moment of the whole morning is a video call to my boyfriend. Yes, to that very famous, incredibly popular Hunter, because of whose dazzling aura, a good half of his female fans around the world literally lose consciousness and reason at the very thought of him. He immediately answers my call, and his brave face appears on the screen right from his personal training base, where his battle swords sparkle and shimmer in the air in the background, flashing like the brightest spotlights on a big stage. His low, velvety voice comes from the screen, and he says with adoration in his eyes, "Hey baby, are you already so unbearably beautiful, and have you really woken up? You look absolutely stunning." And in response, I just smile mysteriously and coquettishly, playing with a lock of hair. "Of course, honey, I'm already fully armed. I just applied my favorite anti-aging cream to my face, which probably costs more than all your new titanium armor with an engraving." We continue to flirt sweetly and playfully with each other. He proudly and smilingly shows off his prominent, toned muscles, covered with light perspiration, while I gently adjust my gorgeous, freshly styled curls to look flawless. And somewhere at this very moment, in some dark dimension, another hapless demon probably feels absolutely superfluous, unnecessary, and hopelessly defeated in our magnificent, radiant love story. Finally, it's time for the most important event, the limo. Yes, I know perfectly well that it would be possible to just call a regular taxi, but excuse me, my house is not included in the coverage area of Uber. A huge, long black limousine with elegant lighting and a luxurious minibar is already waiting patiently for me in the driveway. The driver always gives me an exquisite cocktail with shimmering sequins with a smile, because I believe that water should not only be as useful as possible, but also incredibly photogenic. We smoothly drive to the very center of a busy city, where today I have an appointment not just with a friend, but with my real girl from the legendary K-pop band Demon Hunters. Rumi, as always, has already managed to occupy the most advantageous and bright corner for our future photos. I gracefully enter the establishment and immediately feel acutely. It won't be just an ordinary lunch. This is our real secret advice on fashion and hunting. Two of the most glamorous and stylish hunters in the whole city gathered at the same table. Numerous phones instantly pick up. Bright flashes blink together. The food has not even touched our forks yet, but it has already managed to get into dozens of popular stories. The taste of all the dishes is, well, to be honest, as usual, very nice and presentable, but the taste is so-so. But who cares about that right now? The most important thing is that we are now together in a delightful twosome, and it looks so amazing, as if this whole posh restaurant exists just for us alone. We laugh carelessly, make grand plans, vividly discuss demons, the latest fashion trends, and, of course, guys. And at this moment, I quietly think to myself, yes, that's exactly what real life should ideally look like. Dangerous hunting under the cover of night, and a luxurious limousine and our girly lunch on a bright day.